Hi, have you done it? I mean, yes? In any case, let's go into the classroom and compare our results with what other participants have got. Let's begin with the pear, lantern, and beer. One can install a flashlight in the bottom of the container so that it will illuminate the beer. What? It is possible to use it in some sort of presentations or in a bar design. Yes, of course. It will not be just original. Further on, the invention can be developed. First, it is artistic. Bubbles, colors can be changed, and you can play with colors. If you know what size of the bow you have, you can use it as a device for those who has got to spend much time in public. It will be like a smile holder if we make it skin colored, and one will not have to strain oneself. It will make life of politicians much easier. Anything else? I have a pear, a political party, and a balloon. I imagine such a system. When politicians talk, the device responds to their talking. The more they talk, the more the balloon inflates. If they talk too much, the balloon bursts. Excellent, excellent. Now back to the theoretical part of our class. In the first part, we talked about the hierarchy principle. We found out what the system in the context of trees is. We have agreed that a system is a combination of elements that collectively acquires a new quality. Each item of this quality didn't have this quality, only the system can acquire this quality. A system consists of elements. They are called subsystems. The system itself is a supersystem, and so on. And the system of subsystems and supersystems are anti-system. All systems combined form a hierarchy, and each layer of the hierarchy is called a rank. And each system has its own function, and only one. The functions of ranks do not match. The laws of systems of higher rank cannot be reduced to the laws of systems of lower rank. The laws of systems of lower rank are not determined by the laws of systems of higher rank. And each rank and layer has its own systemic laws. Here, for example, a car. At the rank of fuel, we have laws of chemistry. The rank of the car, we have laws of mechanics. And at the rank of transportation, we have traffic rules. Laws that control car operations cannot be reduced to the laws of burning fuel. And even if we take the car apart and examine every screw and nut, we will never be able to derive traffic rules from that. In 1827, the Scottish botanist Robert Brown discovered and described an amazing phenomenon. In absolutely still water, small particles of substance, Brown studied the pollen, kept moving chaotically. This phenomenon was explained in 1905 by Einstein. He showed that this Brownian motion can be caused by water molecules. Molecules of water moving chaotically, as any molecules in liquids, push pollen in different directions from side to side. As we can see that the body, in this case it is water, can be motionless, but its substance, in this case its molecules, are in constant motion. A wooden chair was not always a chair. Prior to that it was a board, and before that it existed as a log. And logs used to be trees. Over time, our chair will turn into rubble. And then, depending on the situation, it could turn into wooden chips, and then paper, or can be a firewood, that is fuel for a furnace. Either way, it will cease being a chair. A book begins with an author's intentions. Then it becomes a draft, and finally a finished manuscript. Then it turns into a layout, then it becomes an actual book. After that, the book gets into readers' hands, and after some time, the book becomes paper for recycling, or it is processed by bacteria. Stories of all kinds, storytellers and poets had existed for a long time only in human memory. Then people began to carve information on rock and trees. Then they switched to lighter carriers such as papyrus, parchment, wax, or clay tablets. With the invention of paper, literature found a new form in a book. Now books are increasingly transferred into electronic media. This is the phylogeny of the book. The chair has also a long history of development. The development of a means to maintain a human body in a comfortable sitting position, that is the phylogeny of chair, could be represented as follows. Now let's practice. You will be given a developmental process. You need to name the corresponding phylogenetic process. Let's consider one example. Problem. Weather constantly changes. Name the corresponding phylogenetic process. Solution. Weather is one object, but the weather in a large region over a sufficiently long period of time form the climate. Historical climate change, and there is a phylogenic process in relation to the weather. We will practice now this way. You will see a statement on the screen. It will remain visible on the screen for some time, about 20 seconds. Midway, at 10 seconds, you will hear a beep. Then the screen becomes dim and the text will slowly disappear. Ready? And now you'll be offered a sample of some phylogenetic process. You need to name the appropriate ontogeny. For example, objective. It is well known how a wild potato became a commodity. What can be considered the ontogeny in this case? Solution. The history of potato as an agricultural product is the story of all potatoes. So ontogeny is a story of the potato plant from planting to digging the full-grown tubers. Ready? The systemic thinking at the present stage of human cultural development is the ability to see the world as a field of systems in all its hierarchy and all the twists. The ability to see patterns of continuous development of these systems at all levels, and the ability to separate laws of one layer and rank from the laws of other ranks. The broader the scope of our systemic thinking, the closer we are to the heights of talent thinking.